So hi, Dieter.
Hi, Sandra.
We just arranged to have a little meetup to talk about Star Matrix because we're in the journey at the moment with the Star Matrix
Yeah.
Master Course with a lovely group. We're 12, including me.
Mm,
We've done 2 weeks modules, and this is the second time I've taken a big group through this course, and I'm really appreciating the value of it. And I just wanted us to like have a chat about it because you're a veteran.
mm.
How many times have you done the Star Matrix journey?
I think at least 4 times.
This is the fourth
No.
time. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I
that's
think
saying
so. I'm not
something.
sure, no, but something like that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's saying something because how many courses do you want to take 4 times? So
Yeah, like
so what is this about that like you want to take it 4 times and more, maybe more? So
yeah, there's a lot in it. No, like with the star matrix, there's a lot in it, and then there's also something um of of a solid staying value in it. No,
yeah,
like the value that stays when you remember your star events,
yeah,
star moments,
yeah,
and you have a book where you have them recorded. So it's
yeah,
like a documentation of
yeah, of,
something,
of
you
your
know.
life journey and events and
Mm,
lessons and
yeah,
learnings. So let's, if anybody's watching this who doesn't know what Star Matrix is, should we just say what we understand it to be? Dieter, do you
mm,
want to describe what that is, Star Matrix means for you?
yeah, yeah. It's like when we remember our life, no, like the first thing that I learned that is special with it that I didn't know before is that what we remember is moments, no, in
Mm.
our life, no, that the trigger point, the pivotal points, they are not like long periods of time, but they are like moments that we remember, and which is also the thing that when we asked our memory, energy mind, our the instance, the system in us that remembers things, it gives us moments, no, like
Mm.
these special moments which are like a split second.
Yeah,
And what is behind that is the flash of energy, the like what Sylvia calls this uh, lightning strikes of
yeah,
energy that
yeah,
changes us.
yeah,
And that is actually the thing that we remember.
yeah,
And the interesting thing is that we can number these things. They are so defined and specific
mm.
that we can um, collect like
Collect those events, those memories, and
collect
log
those
them.
events. Yeah, and they will be defined, and they're not going to be foggy or something, but they have very definitive contours.
Yeah. So that's interesting, and we could talk about the Book of Stars in a moment. But what is it again? Let's say, what is it about? What's a star memory as opposed to another memory? Like, we talk about stress
Uh,
memories and missing things that didn't happen we long for, or other
hmm,
kinds of events. What is it about a star memory, a
yeah,
star event that makes it so?
yeah, the energy and the level of energy, the amount of energy that is in it, no, and that also changes us, no, that like it's like the energy is something in us, no, that um, um, that brings us to a certain level of something, no, like aliveness or something,
Yeah, high
and
energy, then a higher energy
yeah,
state of being in that moment. Yeah.
mm,
So one of the things that I found very fascinating, because over the years, we have a tendency as therapists to be healing the trauma, even no matter which way we're doing it, we're focusing on the painful events that are a problem to us, and we're
mm,
adding energy to evolve those. And so you know, as a practitioner, I've got a lot of experience of tapping on and evolving our stress events. And now suddenly, so from this year, because I've been doing two journeys of Star Matrix now, we're tapping into these positive or star memories. And it's very interesting and very different and interesting to learn and have these experiences. You said these star memories, they're moments in time. And you know, we had an experience this morning with one of our colleagues who had a star event yesterday, but it was a moment, and the moment came and went, and she didn't even realize how powerful that moment was. It was just a moment, but as we stopped and plugged into that moment in time and tuned into it, there was a huge amount of energy and information and benefit, blessing within that moment in time, which you would miss it because you just like it was on the next moment, and you miss it. And so there's a value of actually spending time to look at these moments and unpack them. And what happened with her is she got, you know, the energy came back of that. The bigger energy came back because when she lived the moment, it came and went and was hardly noticed, but it was in a flash. But when we plugged into it, connected to it, started to access the energy and the information of it,
exactly,
she just lit up by that. She was really that was interesting.
We could make this lamp, this inner light, to stay with that, you know.
So that's that's the interesting thing. So she lit up by us guiding her to tune into this positive moment in time, connecting to that energy, brought it back into the here and now, lit her up, and revealed information. She got some revelations about, wow, what does this mean? Wow, what does it mean about who I am? Oh my God, it's incredible. I can hardly believe it. How wonderful is that? And she got this truth of herself appeared, which would have been completely missed. You know, it would have been completely missed and hidden in the unconscious, in the energy body. And yet the value of bringing that out, accessing it, unpacking it, connecting with it, feeling it, and realizing the meaning of it, and as getting a sense of, so this is who I am. I'm not that kind of, you know, struggling, stress riddled person. I'm also this magnificent, loving, empowered being.
And we learn something about time, no? Like time is not this this meter ware that you buy like a wallpaper or something, but it is like it has quantum in it, no? Like things, gems in it that are specific, that are just a flash in a moment. No, it's not like this ware that you plaster your bathroom with or something.
It's got depth. It's not just a linear thing. It's got depth.
And it has like multidimensionality in it.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating, and the value of then, you know, feeling coming back to life. And you know, we also had this experience because our colleague yesterday, when we were talking to her, also had a lot of stress events from the past going on, and it would have been so easy to remain plugged in to the stress emotions related to those painful events, and to actually become aware that that's why you're feeling them, because you suddenly just tuned in, plugged in to all that energy, and state of that event when you were 6 or whatever. Let's now unplug and choose to plug in to another memory. So with the 5 minutes later, her energy was completely transformed by plugging in to a star event as opposed to a trauma event.
But you need and like it was also made it also clear that we need to learn how to stay with an event.
Yeah, and
that is some kind of almost athletic kind of training, like of how to manage, how to navigate time or something.
Yeah,
and that we can do that.
Yeah, it's like a conscious muscle building of like, okay, this is where I am, extract myself from there, tune in over here, spend time over here. It's a muscle to grow and develop to be able to do that. And I guess the more we do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah, but it's also interesting, like to encounter these default structures that we have, how we deal with these moments. Like we can be maneuvered by these moments also, like as if we are powerless and victim of these moments and being tossed around by them. And then then you have a positive memory, and then you tossed around and you end up in a negative one, and it feels like in a way maybe a default natural movement, but actually it's just a habit or something, and we learn to move more consciously in this, and to recognize what these elements are. And then do something consciously with it.
Yeah, become more conscious and then take deliberate conscious action. So I think it is a good training. I like that training, that developing a kind of a new muscle and setting down new habits in us, which takes practice. And it takes so the space of the course, the Star Matrix journey of 12 weeks, 12 modules, gives you the time to have the experiences and to learn and get the muscle going, get that muscle.
And to learn something like the acrobatics of the moment, like what you can do with it, these moments.
And so, it was wonderful. I just want to say finally, before we finish, how wonderful it was then, to lead this, our, dear colleague here, into this moment where she was absolutely blossoming as exercising, living her purpose, which is empowering others, and then receiving the love in return from what she'd done. There was a beautiful moment of her realizing how loved she was by her students, and that was totally lit her up, and it was such a pleasure to bring her there and to allow her to have the experience and the realization
of and the discovery, true discovery of something.
Because again, the more we pay attention to something, the more information we get. And so by examining it, by looking at it and tapping while we're looking at a particular memory, we embody the energy, which is positive energy when we're talking about star events, but we learn something and discover new things that we didn't know before about the truth of life and the truth about ourselves. And so that's, a very good thing for us to be doing: self-knowledge, self-awareness, building our who we really are, as opposed to our distorted image of stress that we might have had.
And it's also interesting what you find, like the value of these little things that are microscopic as like a grain of sand or something, but when you look at it
and you open it, and it's this amazing thing. And so that
Mm.
brings us on to then cataloging.
Mm.
As we discover them, it's like digging up little gems. That little grain of sand turns into a diamond when you polished it and looked at it.
Mm.
And we catalog in our book of stars these star events.
Mm.
And there's a value of doing that, because as I look at my own and I flick through the pages of my own book of stars, I immediately touch the energy that's in,
Mm.
and it makes me feel nice to think, wow, all those beautiful moments of my life, and that's
Yeah.
building up with as we go through the course, and more star events are being remembered
Yeah.
and discovered
Yeah.
and being logged.
That's actually a new thing for me, like this unpacking of the content of these star memories.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
So far, I could somehow feel that there's energy, but the specifics of it, you know, like, and also the category and the deeper truth of it, you know, all these things that one can ask questions to find
yeah,
these the core of these what they mean.
yeah,
That is like something new for me, you know.
yeah.
Like,
And really, it's when Sylvia Hartman, who's kind of masterminded this journey, again for those who don't know, um she talks about treasures and riches of our life. And again, before
yeah,
I decided to embark on this journey myself, it was like, oh, treasures and riches, yeah, I know the important things that mean a lot to you, are not material. There, the events and these moments, but this is really uncovering
yeah,
treasures and riches.
uh,
Really is. It's a journey of uncovering your life's treasures and riches. So it's a very precious
yeah,
journey.
yeah. Like it's like fruits that you have that you can harvest in yourself, but all the juices that you can make from them,
Yeah,
that is something that takes some more education. No?
yeah, yeah. Well, there's certainly
Okay.
a lot to be learned. There's a lot to be discovered, and both of us are veterans, energists, and trainers, Dieter. And
Yeah.
for the likes of us as practitioners of many, many years, to be able to say, wow, we're learning new things.
Mm.
This is a new pathway of discovery, a new direction to explore and learn about, is saying something. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to plan now another group, because I'm excited about the journey everybody's on. And we've embarked, this ship has set sail, Star Matrix 2 for the year, but I'm going to start another group, Star Matrix 3, to begin in August, by middle or the end of August, and for another 12 weeks, which will be slightly out of step, but another group. So I hope some new people will want to jump on and
Yeah.
in their own voyage of discovery of their true nature through the star events and star memories of their life. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and there's truly levels in it. No, like when you have do it the first time, you think you know what it is, but then, and on the next level, there's a completely different view of the whole thing,
yeah,
perspective. No, like
yeah,
a depth of it. No?
yeah, yeah. And I can see, as this is my second time to teach it in full, again, I'm learning even more the second time round.
Yeah.
This is your fourth time round. You're learning more. And
And I didn't know that, like, also for a practitioner, like someone who does therapy with people or
yeah,
helps them with a problem, can use this in many different ways, you know, like, so that you can help other people with it, and
yeah,
not just with storytelling, but in a very specific ways that
yeah. I
open so far.
Yeah, I concur. I started to use this in some of my client sessions as another kind of extension of my toolkit. And it's quite surprising. Clients find it surprising to be led into a star moment and have that same experience of being lit up and revealed the truth of themselves and the truth of life and the situation is very powerful, skills for a practitioner to have also. So lots of levels of benefit to be gained in this journey. So while people are thinking about it, Sylvia's book, Star Matrix, is a great book to kind of dive into to get started and have a little read and uncover some star events and start your book of stars. But coming and doing it
also a nice book.
It's a nice book, but doing it as a group, Dieter, it's a happy journey, isn't it? The community, we're all talking about happy stuff for the whole journey, and that in itself adds another level of uplift to your life, that we've got that. So
and also when I see it as like from this uplifting thing, like I can be very tired sometimes and very lazy and detached from everything, but this seems to be like a very strong way of like getting me back to life.
Yeah, in a different direction. Instead of tapping on the problem, just turning to plug in to something else which brings you back, brings your light back and brings you back to life. So, okay, well, we look forward to our continued journey. Thank you for listening, whoever's watching us and listening, tuning in. I hope you'll find out more about Star Matrix and maybe join us on the next journey. So thanks.